Elon Musk is going to burn America to the ground because nobody thought he was funny.
Yeah.
Because nobody laughed.
And because he needed surgeries to look handsome adjacent if you're not wearing your glasses and it's foggy. You know how many surgeries he's had to look like a 5?
Comedian and writer Caleb Hearon of the So True podcast and his guest comedian Paul F. Tompkins held nothing back with their insults of shadow president and petulant crybaby Elon Musk, which also reminds us of this.
His family just made a bunch of money off emerald mines, and then he bought into other people's successful companies. And then I'll give him credit, the technology he knows about is hair plugs, right? Those look awesome. You know what I mean? I gotta hand it to my boy Elon on that one. Have you seen that one picture where he looks like Nosferatu? He's just like, the man looks good. The plugs look good. I'll give him credit for that. But everything else he can suck my on.
Stavros Halkias made a similar observation years ago while in his adopted home base of Austin, Texas as well, highlighting that no matter how much Elon spends on changing his appearance and the image of himself he portrays to the world, deep down, he'll always be the same ugly, insecure, evil egomaniac he's always been.
This guy, he's going to ruin democracy because he was born a 3. And then he put millions of dollars into becoming a 5.
3.
He's a born 3 with dreams and delusions of being an 8. He doesn't. He knows deep down. He knows deep down he's not getting to 10. So we've got a born 3 dreaming of 8, landing at 5. And he's got an army of 2s that we're calling Doge. And now we don't get to have democracy anymore because the right girls didn't want to sleep with him.
Right.
A poetic takedown indeed. While dunking on Elon should not distract you from the real world damage he and the Trump admin are causing, as well as his open support for other fascism movements and leaders across the globe alike, like Germany's neo-Nazi reboot AfD, Italy's Mussolini-adjacent Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, and Javier Milei in Argentina. It should bring you at least some solace to know that the most wealthy and arguably most powerful man in the world is a miserable loser at the end of the day.
What my beef is, once you get successful, don't be a greedy bastard and not pay your taxes. Don't do that. Pay your tax and do that. But I don't think we should be the party that demonizes someone because they're able to afford something or they're able to work hard and got something. What we should demonize is people like Elon Musk and those people that do that. And that's different. That's different. I know I'm doing something right when the Fox News crowd is all just at me like crazy, I'm loving it. Or Elon Musk was crying last week. Tim is being mean to me, yeah.
Minnesota Governor and likely 2028 presidential candidate Tim Walz, now unshackled from the Democrat establishment and the Harris campaign, is continuing to get personal with Elon. Though we think that he and the Dems should publicize this report more than it already has been.
But in 1942, John Forster, later Prime Minister, stands up and gives a speech, and he talks about the system that their kind of ideological belief system, which was Christian nationalism. And he says, Christian nationalism in South Africa is the same as Nazism in Germany and fascism in Italy. It's all anti-democratic. It's all the same thing. By 1971, when Elon Musk is born, that man is the Prime Minister of South Africa. And Christian nationalism is the basis of not only the political philosophy, but the entire education system that Elon Musk is brought up into.
In a must-listen interview with Amy Goodman on Democracy Now!, The Guardian's Chris McGreal, a journalist, details the environment Musk grew up in and how it influenced everything we're seeing from him right now.
Was the grandfather of Elon Musk on the record in his support for Forster?
Well, he was certainly on the record in his support for apartheid. Very vividly so, yes. And he said that that's why he'd moved to South Africa from Canada in 1940 was in support of it. Haldeman heads that branch. And through the 1930s, it takes on increasingly fascist overtones. They start wearing grey uniforms, modelled on the Nazi brown and black shirts. And so when Canada declares war on Germany in 1939 alongside Britain, the movement is banned because it's clearly sympathetic to Hitler. Then Haldeman is arrested.
Elon Musk's grandfather.
Elon Musk's grandfather is arrested. They find documents sympathetic to the Nazis and other subversive documents inside his house, and he is sent to prison for a few months and then remains on essentially a subversion watch list for the rest of the war. Yeah, so he's basically regarded as a Nazi sympathizer, a fellow traveler.
Info like this is exactly why you can't dismiss and downplay Elon's Nazi salute at Trump's inauguration. He lived in an environment that reinforced the false idea that oppressing others based on their identity is not only beneficial to him and his family, but necessary to get a leg up in the world and protect his class position. Hey guys, quick break in the action. I have a new show coming out called The Rick Strom Show. It is going to be awesome. I'm interviewing musicians, athletes, producers, writers, journalists, authors, sports doctors. Go check it out at youtube.com/@TheRickStrom Show. Also be sure to throw me a follow on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. It can all be found in the description box below. Thank you.
You have people like Musk and Thiel who have done very well and whose parents did very well out of the apartheid system, who deny responsibility for it. They blame it on the Afrikaners, they blame it on a government, extreme right-wing government. But then they have to explain how it is that their own parents were so able to do so well out of apartheid, and then they put that down to individual talent, that they're naturally gifted, and that leads them down this whole libertarian path, anti-government path, because essentially they have to explain how they too were benefits of apartheid without taking responsibility. Well, they're co-founders of PayPal together. They both essentially share the same kind of worldview from what I can make out. They're, libertarians. They're very opposed to any kind of DEI. You've seen there a deep hostility to DEI. I think Thiel buys into the same message about anti-white, the war on white people in South Africa that South African white groups like AfriForum have been pushing in the United States. So I think that philosophically they're very similar, and obviously they have a very close relationship.
It's hard to put into words just how disturbing it is to see the products of apartheid like Musk, PayPal's Peter Thiel, and Trump's AI czar David Sachs trying to dismantle our government and reshape it in their image with technocrats like themselves holding all the levers of power. We encourage you to watch the whole interview at the link in the description box below to fully connect the dots between apartheid, American oligarchy, and Donald Trump. And while all of this is going on in the background, our elected officials are getting caught saying anti-democratic garbage like this.
Anticipated turnout.
Well, we thought it would be 12, but it looked like it might be 18%.
That'd be huge for us.
This is why voting matters and why Republicans are so eager to try to stop it. This is Governor of Louisiana Jeff Landry assuring Speaker of the House Mike Johnson that the expected voter turnout for their recent election was expected to be low, very low. Well, joke's on him, because the people of the Bayou State showed up in numbers to oppose 4 resolutions to the state constitution written by Landry. The measures, which included making it easier to charge minors as adults, changing tax regulations that critics said would just benefit the wealthy, allow lawmakers to create their own courts and undermine the power of actual judges, and changing election dates to ensure less voter turnout, all failed.
As you see, the other voter suppression tactics detailed on screen, well, just think about why the Republicans would be so motivated to pursue these tactics. They know deep down that their policies are deeply unpopular, so they need to exhaust all options to claw back as much of the voter pool as possible.
It's easy to think voting, especially in small elections, doesn't matter, but if our voices didn't scare them, why are they trying to suppress them this much?
If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.